Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to this best of 7 showdown. Today we have King of the Dead facing off against Xiphos. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series, and it looks like before the stream even gets started, we have a fat donation from Regnier64 with the $20. Thank you so much, man. And you say, you rock, Turin, keep up the good work. I will. And we're going to be scheduling best of 7s pretty often. I think it's a really fun, easy to digest format, and we're going to be doing it. So I think on that note, let us jump over to the first battle of the day. King of the Dead on Norsca, Xiphos on the High Elves. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh no, they actually switched since I last looked. It's going to be Empire versus Norsca. Start when ready. Perfect. So yeah, this is a classic matchup. It's very much the aggressor chasing down the more mobile Empire. I mean, granted, Norsca is pretty mobile. I mean, Skin Wolves, Frost Wolves. I mean, arguably, I guess Norsca is more mobile. They do have Hound units and Marauder Horsemen who have pretty good speed up in the 80s and 90s. But, typically the Empire is going to be having, quite a bit of cav. There's going to be Empire Knights to ride down the infantry, Demogryph Knights. Sometimes you do see Pistoliers, which are decent. They can counter the Marauder Horsemen somewhat effectively because they can shoot 360. They're pretty fast. They hit relatively hard. I mean, there's so many different ways to play this matchup. It really is pretty wild. So really excited to see how this goes. Yes, Tremble, Mortals, and Despair. Turin has started my stream. Yes, that is accurate. Am I still muted? I'm not still muted. Okay. I was muted for like a second when I said the first hello, but after that, I think we were in fair territory. Wicked D, what's up, man? Thank you for joining the stream today. Always a pleasure to see you, brother. We got Dimmy G in here, the whole crew. The boys are back in town. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. It's go time. So, first map, it's going to be fairly open field. I mean, Empire, I guess they could hide things against Norsca. I mean, it could be something like if you're defending a cannon back here, for example, and you want to hide some like Demogryph Knights back here, they might think the cannon's free and then charge it with something of high value like Skin Wolves, and you can countercharge. But for the most part, open field is going to be decent for Empire. It does open up some cannon play, so if you want to use cannons, hammer the witches, those type of tools, it is going to be relatively effective on a map like this. So we're going to see what ends up happening here. Xiphos, King of the Dead, two top contenders. Oh yeah, it's go time. So let's take a look at the forces of Norsca, which of course are going to be led by King of the Dead. Norsca is actually one of his best factions, so he's going to be coming out right out of the gates with one of his best picks here. Not messing around, just ready to go fisticuffs against the Empire and the Sons of Sigmar. So pretty mobile build. It's very much designed to take out a gun line. You can see there's chariots to punch through the front line, which very good at getting into the back line and causing problems. On top of that, though, a lot of mobile troops. He's got Norscan Warhounds, Beasts of Tashnar, and more Warhounds. So a very, very mobile harass corps. And I have to say from experience, King of the Dead has really, really good Hound micro. It's incredible. Like, he's so good at microing them. And, King of the Dead, of course, doesn't even bother using control groups. And his micro with the Hounds is still so good. It is absolute insanity. So if you're one of those people that, you don't really mess around with controller groups, King of the Dead's your guy. He's your champion, and he's going to be fighting for your honor today. He does also have a Shaman Sorcerer with Death. Spirit Leech and Buna, always good against Empire. Buna against Heavy Cav, and Spirit Leech against the big single entities like Karl Franz here. Soul Crusher, one of his favorites here. The Mammoth going to be coming in, and the Soul Crusher is pretty good. It's a true distraction Carnifex in every sense of the word. You send it in, it gets focus fired because it's big and scary, and you pop the Enrage, which for 22 seconds, they basically take like half damage. It's really, really strong. It's got a couple wolves on the side, so we do have these Skin Wolves who are armored here, Norscan Warhounds, and then some Norscan doggies on the other side with the vanguard of dogs here in the back. Now, this is what I was really curious about. I was wondering what Xiphos would do against Norsca. Oh yeah, we'll get the Romulan dog in here. Don't you worry, it'll happen. So here for the swordsmen here in the front line, it looks like we got 3 groups of swordsmen, a couple guns, silver bullets, and Sterling's Revenge, which is pretty standard. 2 very cost-effective armor-piercing guns here. He's got Demogryph Knights with halberds, 2 groups of demis, which again is pretty classic, especially with Lore of Life. Going to make those guys very cost-effective. No warrior priest to really buff them up, but the Demogryph Knights should be able to deal with Skin Wolves as well as the Mammoth if they get those juicy engagements. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned for King's army. I feel like there's not much to really deal with good Demogryph Knight play. Karl Franz as well is going to be able to snipe Wolfric potentially. He does have the Reichland Runefangs and Ogal Miraz. He's coming in with his old school weapon and halberds in the back and a very defensive formation, however. So, I mean, King is going to be the one pressuring, so there is that to be said. Start anytime. No need to wait for me. King is the champion of no control groups. Xiphos says, I need to warm up. Well, this is your warm-up, man. You had time. I told you an hour before the stream that it was go time. I guess that's not that much notice. So, chat, what do you guys think? Are you guys fans of King of the Dead or Xiphos? Who are you guys pulling for? Let me know in chat. It'd be interesting to see. And eventually I will run polls and things like that. I got to just figure out how to integrate those into OBS with what I'm doing. All right, battle's underway. Norsca is going to be advancing. Marauders, of course, pushing the envelope. Karl Franz might come and try and get some free picks, but it's not going to be too easy with the hounds everywhere, especially the frost wolves, which are actually here on this side, the Norscan ice wolves with the frostbite. You got to be really careful, because if Karl gets like pinned down there, that's going to be bad news. I feel like King is probably just going to be Spirit Liching the Demogryph Knights. I think that's going to be his best course of action. Although Karl is a bit of a glass cannon, so if you can isolate him and use Hunter of Champions and really get some good engagements, it could be pretty good. So King, this is what he usually does, at least when he plays against me, is he sends in the Soul Crusher first and then pops the Enrage to really just get that ward save. It really mitigates, I mean, half damage is huge, right? Soul Crusher, actually, they do have a couple guys up top who throw javelins, and they've actually hit Karl, and Spirit Leech is going to be going on the Franz, which isn't a bad idea. I mean, Franz, of course, doesn't have self-healing like Boris Todbringer. He does have a Jade Wizard who could heal him, but then that takes away healing from the Demogryph Knights, assuming they're not, like, together. So, good little Spirit Leech right there. Able to get an initial poke on, and it looks like on the far side, King is lurking in the shadows with his hounds, you can see in the back here. Going to be pushing into Xiphos' forces. And Xiphos doesn't have any great swords or, like, elite infantry, so, the Marauders should be pretty good here, especially the Iceworm Marauders. First guns are going down here, shooting against shielded Marauders, not going to be terribly devastating. Wolfric's going to be charging in, getting a couple of freebies here on the Swordsman, but he needs to be careful. Those demis could charge him, but I think that Xiphos knows that it's like kind of a bait here, so he's going to be kind of pulling back. Chariot slam in, but Karl's there. I mean, Karl is pretty much a counter to Chariots. Oh, a beautiful Sea Fang coming down there. Oh, look at that Sea Fang. That was so good. Beautiful cast there by King of the Dead. It Shreks the Silver Bullets plus the Sigmar Suns. Those Chariots, I mean, are going to be dying here, but that Sea Fang alone was like almost enough to really like just pay for, those Chariots. That was really good. So here the Iceworm Marauders are going to be charging into the Sigmar Suns. So the Soul Crusher's coming in, and he's coming for that ass for sure. He's going to be pushing into the back. Spirit Leech actually going down on the... oh, that's Buna on the Sterling's Revenge. So now Soul Crusher, it has to pop its buff here. It has to pop that Enrage, because if it doesn't, it's going to die very quickly. Karl Franz has the Reikland Runefang. There's a bunch of stuff here. A lot of pressure coming in. The Mammoth's pulling back, and Rage has been popped, which is good. And there are some Hounds and Spears on the flank, so King definitely needs to get those guys involved. But the front line's going pretty well. He still has his Skin Wolves and his Hounds all armored up here and ready to go. So hopefully King pays attention and gets those guys back online here. And it looks like Soul Crusher is actually doing really well against Karl. Hunter of Champions doing quite a bit of work, but the guns are now shooting. And Soul Crusher is going to be taking quite a bit of work. I think King is very busy with his Chariot micro, just kind of running it back and forth, trying to stay away from those Demogryph Knights, and he's actually doing a pretty good job of doing that. His Marauders have broken through the front line. He also was able to get the Beast of Tashnar here into the back on the Silver Bullets, and they're broken. So King with the backline pressure, pretty incredible stuff. And his Mammoth is now in okay shape. I mean, Demogryph Knights are beating it down, but there are some Hounds here who are going to be taking some of the shots here. Sterling's Revenge shooting in, doing some good work as well, and the bounce fire is very even. So King now is going to be surging forward with his Norscan Hounds, just going to be bum rushing here into the back line. He definitely should just fall back with Soul Crusher. It has a 3,000 HP, which is still very, very solid. Demogryph Knights with Halberds here are fighting against infantry, but they probably are frostbitten. No, not yet, actually. They're still in pretty good shape. They haven't been frostbitten. So the mid fight is very much a fierce cockfight. You can see Spirit Leech is going to be going down on Karl Franz, and he's taking a lot of damage. Soul Crusher going in to try and just get some damage on the Franz. But, of course, there's probably still regrowths. Xiphos does... No, he only has Earthblood, so it's not going to be like a huge, just big dick heal there, but still going to be decent. So Soul Crusher is going to be pulling back. Another really good Sea Fang. Man, his Sea Fang play this game has been insane. Oh, and this is really, really bad for the Demogryph Knights. So right here, King of the Dead actually gets his Spears and Hounds on the Demis. So they're frostbitten, they're being dragged down by Spears. This is like an ideal Norscan situation right here. So very, very good stuff. However, it looks like Xiphos does have some pretty good reserves. I mean, he has Spears in the back. Norsca has pretty much lost its Mammoth, but now this is just evolved into a massive just slobber knocker here. Wolfric is fighting amongst the Demogryph Knights, and Halberd's not his best situation. Chariot's still slamming in, so the Chariot play for King has been really, really good. Xiphos is doing an outstanding job, though, keeping up with his Demogryph Knights, and Franz, the Emperor, is able to kind of anchor his back line. He does, of course, cause terror, so he is going to be able to terror out off a lot of these low-tier Norscan troops. So fighting is still underway here in the center. Wolfric is deciding to stay in this engagement. The Armored Skin Wolves haven't been too effective this game, I must say. They haven't been able to get those good engagements on the Demogryph Knights. If they can, though, that would be a really big game changer here. Shaman Sorcerer on the ground is a pretty good target for Karl. I mean, Karl's a great assassin. He could easily take that guy out. I mean, this ground engagement may eventually favor Norsca, though, but they don't have too much left here. They got the Skin Wolves. Oh, Wolfric's actually going for Karl. And Hunter of Champions, it looks like it's on cooldown. Fighter Die, of course, has been popped as well. And somehow, some way, there's still some guns online. Sterling's Revenge in the back and the Silver Bullets are still going strong. But I don't think King's going to take that, sitting down here. He's going to get the Beast of Tashnar. He's going to swarm in that back line and really put those guys down. Halberds are starting to buckle. It's a very just dead even fight. Balance of Power is right in the middle. There still are some healthy Demogryph Knights here. And the Beast of Tashnar look like they are going to get on the Silver Bullets, but they will quickly be dealt with by the Demogryph Knights. But that is going to be enough to finish off the Silver Bullets most likely. Wow, how are they not finishing them off? 14. The Beasts of Tashnar have stabilized, despite being attacked by Demogorgon Knights. Quite an accomplishment there. King of the Dead still does have some chariots in the back, causing a lot of problems, but it looks like in the center fight, Karl Franz is really getting the upper hand. The Emperor is pushing back, and he's certainly in his new groove here, and he does have his Demogorgon Knights with halberds, who are pushing back, and it looks like Wulfric is losing this duel with Karl. Hunter of Champions and Spirit Leech has been popped, but the Skin Wolves, like I said, are just kind of fighting amongst halberds. That's a really bad situation for them. The Chariots for King, still doing a great job, but he is falling behind with the bounce of power, and that's because Karl and the Demogorgon Knights are just doing such a good job just hammering different parts of this formation. The Marauders aren't able to kind of keep pace with that, and Xiphos is holding firm. Reichel and Runefang giving a huge buff, so all these spearmen are getting melee attack, they're getting leadership, and oh man, really nice snipe there. Karl Franz is such a beast. Just coming in with the Steel Empire chair and just taking out that Shaman Sorcerer and just taking out Wulfric. Just the 1-2, the Emperor. Man, this is like a cinematic. Karl Franz just coming in the fourth quarter, killing the caster, killing Wulfric in the last second. Man, crazy stuff. Crazy game. That was a really good game. I actually thought King was ahead for the early game. But man, Xiphos was really able to endure it. And just like we said in the pregame, there were not too many tools to really deal with those Demogorgon Knights. I mean, he didn't have like heavy, Famir or anything hard hitting like that to deal with them, or javelins. Instead, the Skin Wolves had to kind of just grind them out, and Marauders had to kind of grind them out, and the Demogorgon Knights just stayed. King's play against everything else was really good. I mean, his chariot play was good, his infantry play was pretty good, but just not being able to deal with the Demogorgon Knights was really just his downfall. So, yes. So that is going to be 1-0 for Xiphos in this best of 7 series, and now we're going to be going on to the next match. King using one of his very strong races early. Best of 7s very much are a marathon. You have to be able to play a lot of factions quite well. And next we're going to be on the Alpine Ridge. Alpine Ridge. That was a really well played game though. It was close for sure, but the Emperor coming in at the very end with his hammer, man, he just went deep on those Norskins for sure. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate having you all here. Welcome, welcome. It's going to be a good day, my friends. It's going to be a good day. I'm going to be trying to do best of 7s a couple times a week as well. So I'm going to be trying to make it more of a common thing. So Xiphos is going to be going for Dark Elves here. Yes. Xiphos now. Xiphos will be doing a pick and a ban. So it looks like he's going to pick Dark Elves. And knowing King, he's probably going to want to ban like some sort of an undead faction like Vampire Coast or maybe Tomb Kings. Just to get a win, because I know one of Xiphos' best factions is going to be the Dark Elves here, from what I've seen in the past. So he's probably going to, I don't know. I could see a Tomb Kings ban. I think that wouldn't be bad. Just trying to play around his opponent's strengths here. We'll see. Yes. Ursidamos, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. And now we're back. We're back. Currently, Xiphos takes the first game in a very close contested match. I really thought when King got that Sea Fang and just like killed Xiphos' like half of his back line, I really thought the game was over from there, or at least it would be very favored for King of the Dead. Joseph, thank you, man. Joseph Guinness. What's going on, Mikolai? Chesh to my friend. Yakshemash. The Falcon vs. Arrow best of 7 was really good. So, he's banning Tomb Kings just like we expected, and King is going to be coming out with Coast. Now, I actually think Dark Elves have they have a ton of good options against Vampire Coast. Shades are super good. They can, sneak up on the guns. They can pound down the crabs. I mean, there is so much stuff they can do, but you'll notice King always plays factions with really good, like, kind of hound style harass. So there's probably going to be a bunch of scurvy dogs and crazy stuff going on there. Yes. Yeah, Xiphos is an extremely good player. Extremely good. Oh, yeah. And I believe Xiphos is from France, and I think King of the Dead is Belgium. In Belgium? Yeah, I think so. It's glorious stuff. I'm going to get some water real quick. But yeah, I want to make this best of 7 kind of format. Something I do like 3 days a week. So like maybe like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type thing, so it's super regular. I think that'd be really fun because it's a blast. I love doing this. And there's few better ways to learn in the game than watching some of the best players play, right? So, let's see. Tal says, Shalom from Israel. Hey, man. Welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you here, man. So relaxing while you work on your paper. That's good stuff. Rooting for Xiphos, says Mr. Nyatek. All right. That's fair. King of the Dead, though, he's got that steel chair. He's a big WWE fan as well. This stream is brought to you by water. Well, I mean, technically it is. Life is brought to you by water, right? That's fair. My favorite faction to play right now is probably Oh man, I'm really enjoying Norsca. I'm really enjoying Vampire Coast. I really like playing Skaven. Those are probably some of my better factions. Chaos as well. You know, there is... I don't think there's going to be any aquatics opportunities here. All right, King of the Dead ready. So he probably has a build ready to go. But, you know, all-ins typically aren't going to work against a very good player like Xiphos, who does tend to favor... He's gonna have to get a little bit, you know, a little bit tricksy here. Xiphos is going to be very good at kind of dealing with rush builds, I think. If Water would sponsor me, I would be very happy. Onyage still plays occasionally, not often from what I've seen, but I believe he still does play every now and then. Anatar, yeah, welcome, man. I actually do have a shirt that says I'm the Senate on it. It's pretty great. I haven't seen Dov's tier list. Dov and I might have similar opinions. But I think maybe he has some... I bet our list would be different. For me, I think some top tier factions are Dark Elves, Skaven, Vampire Coast. Let me see. I actually have a tier list on my desktop that I've been working on, so I can tell you what I think. I'm just going to pull it up. So Vampire Coast, Lizardmen, Tomb King, Skaven. I think those are like some of the top tier factions. Dark Elves as well, if I didn't already say that. Some of the weaker factions, I think, are Bretonia. I think Wood Elves actually have quite a few bad matchups. But they can be really good. They're like more of a niche pick. Yeah. It's already up just so the players don't have to wait for me. Guppy says, Turin, looking to get back into 40k. Love Genestealer Cult and theme. So, Guppy, let me give you a very serious warning about that. Zach, I would love to get you. Zachary, I would love to get you in a best of 7. So here's the thing about Genestealer Cult. They are one of the most cerebral, difficult factions to play in all of Warhammer 40k. If you start playing Genestealer Cult, you will probably lose like your first 5 to 10 games before you win. But once you figure them out and like get really good at the timings and deployment and like, you know, the alpha strikes, like you can just go to pound town on people. Like they're just... Genestealer Cult is like the epitome of a difficult faction to play that you're just going to get dumpstered for like your entire beginning experience. But once you get good, man, Genestealers can do work. So that's what's up. The question is, how many scurvy dogs? I would probably bring 3 against Dark Elves to deal with Shades and Dark Shards and things like that. You kind of have to, because Shades are so punishing against the Vampire Coast. Oh my goodness. MP says, the stream makes me want to uninstall my million mods so I can practice multiplayer. Yeah. I play in a lot of 40k tournaments, and I ran into quite a few Genestealers. I usually have a pretty good time against them, but I did play one of the better Genestealer Cult players in the country, and man, he gave me the business. King of the Dead is he's from Belgium. Yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out down the rabbit hole. Sure. Sounds interesting. He's Belgian, yes. Yeah. They're a high skill cap faction. Is the best way to kind of articulate that. This is one of my favorite maps, actually, because it makes for really like ridiculous shenanigans and as it pertains to Vanguard. Because what people try and do is they try and like Vanguard up here, but you know both players want the high ground, right? So they can get the jump and see their opponent, and it really makes for like crazy fights up here. My favorite bolter round? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know Deathwatch too well, so I couldn't even answer that question. I play Chaos. I usually play Chaos Soup, so it's a combination of Chaos factions. Like I'll mix Black Legion, Death Guard, and Thousand Suns. That's my standard kind of a mixture of those 3. Sometimes I'll play pure Death Guard. Sometimes it'll be Black Legion, Thousand Suns. Sometimes it'll be like a mixture of the 3 if I'm feeling real spicy. So that's kind of the basic here. Painting some orcs. Orcs are pretty fun to paint with the new contrast paints. That was what I've heard. My favorite 40k faction are Death Guard and Black Legion. Yes, for sure. The new Abaddon model is just so goddamn cool. It's like yeah. No, Black Legion I've actually been playing more lately. I really like their playstyle. It's super fun. I have like bikes and just tons of cultists. It's a blast. All right, guys, back to Total War Warhammer. Here we go. So for this battle, we're going to have King of the Dead on his Undead faction. So far, we've only seen him on Norsca. So he still has his Tomb Kings. He still has his Vampire Coast. And of course, Vampire Counts. But I believe he doesn't play Vampire Counts that often. So this is one of his best factions in conjunction with the with the Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings is probably his #1 faction. So I don't know why or how King does this. If King wins this game against... So Xiphos is considered by many to be one of the best players in the community. Just an absolute ace. Just incredibly good, skilled, well-rounded. And King, King's up there as well. But then he comes in with builds like this, where he uses the zombie gunnery mob bombers. Now, if he's able to make this work against Xiphos here, I will eat my words. Like, if these bombers do well here, I will be incredibly impressed. But for his entire front line, it's deckhand mobs, bombers in the secondary line. So the whole idea is that these guys just annihilate the chaff, and they're pretty good at throwing their bombs at things that are in combat. So, yeah, I don't know. Pretty good stuff. On top of that, he does have deck gunners, a very unusual pick as well. Now, deck gunners are going to be able to outrange a lot of the Vampire Coast stuff, or excuse me, a lot of the Dark Elf units, but the Shades can sneak up on them is the problem. He's got halberds on the flanks, he's got a Terrorgeist up in the sky, and he does have Count Noctilus on foot. Very, very old school competitive pick. He's got Scurvy Dogs, and just like I said, 3 Scurvy Dogs. Pretty standard. So, yeah, he's probably going to be harassing. Now let's look at Xiphos' army. Xiphos does have Bleak Swords in the front line. And I'm telling you, Shades are just so good. Because, like, the range of the deck gunners isn't going to matter too much with the Shades just sneaking up on you. But he's got 3 Shades, no dual weapons or anything like that. A couple of Sisters of Slaughter in the back to really just punch through. And he does also have Bleak Swords, an Assassin. And it looks like his Lord is going to be a Supreme Sorceress with Fire, just using the Burning Skull, which is going to be devastating against King's army for sure. Spears in the back, and that is pretty much it. Nice little force here for sure. Not a lot of mobile pressure though. Not really going to be trying to control the battlefield. Just going to be advancing with the Shades and just kind of peppering things down. There's no Dark Shards actually. It's just the Shades. Now Shades are going to have a pretty good time here. I'm telling you, Shades can just gun down these guys at range. They can close the distance with Shade Wraith Gunners simply because of the fact that they stalk. However, King does have his Hounds. So if he's able to kind of spot them with Hounds on their approach and then shoot them with the Deck Gunners, he could get some pretty good value to, say the least. And he does also have a big monster. He has a Terrorgeist. And Terrorgeist, if the Shades can be shut down, Terrorgeist can run shop on a lot of these other type of units. So, yeah, there is something. Shades with dual weapons. Let's check here. Yeah, so there are some dual weapons, which there's 2 of them. And that does have a purpose in this matchup. If you're playing a very good Vampire Coast player, the battles tend to be very long and ammo does run out. And so the dual weapons do make a pretty big difference in the ground fight. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Hounds are going to be coming out of the forest here. Ready, good luck, have fun, dropped by both players. Absolute sportsmanship. Here is a must. And yeah, the Hounds. So King's just going to be scouting right now. He sees the Shades, so he immediately knows that Xiphos is going to be going with Shade play. Now the Hounds, the Scurvy Dogs, could cause some problems here for the Shades. King is going to be juking those shots. Really, really good micro. You can see he's actually manually doing that. So, I mean, that's important. Wasting the volleys. They have 19 volleys in total, I think, or 18, give or take. So being able to waste any of those volleys in this long, grindy fight is going to be quite substantial. So the Vampire Coast is going to be scooting forward a little bit. It looks like they're just kind of shambling forth. Not moving too much, just kind of adjusting, awaiting the Elf onslaught. And the Elves are going to be pushing forward as well. Hounds are looking for an opportunity to kind of, slip the pickle in there. But I don't think doing it now is the right idea. I think waiting for the battle to become more developed is going to be the right play. Because if it's just the Hounds attacking and there's no other variables, it's going to be relatively easily, for Xiphos here to kind of deal with that. So he's sending out the Canade Assassin. This is a bait. So if King takes this, that's going to be a big misplay. He's thinking about attacking, but this is a total bait. He's just going to be, tanking this thing, and then the Shades and the other troops are going to be shooting in. But, I mean, he is going to get some free damage, but now the Shades are going to shoot in there and potentially kill the dogs if they stay too long. So see the damage? I mean, he got maybe, 75 HP damage there, and it was just completely a bait. No Web of Shadows on the Canade Assassin, so that would have actually been really good. It would have slowed the dogs down and allowed the Shades to really get quite a few more kills. So there is something to be said there. So now we have the Deck Gunners who are going to be firing here in a moment. I mean, probably could be shooting at the Assassins. Vampire Coast is going to be scooting forward as well with a very boxy formation. And yeah, I would shoot at the Canade Assassin for sure. He's a pretty good target. Shades are going to be securing the high ground here. Both players playing with this hill. And yeah, Dark Elves probably will be pushing up the hill here in a second. Also, guys, something to note is King is hiding a couple groups of Scurvy Dogs. He does have one in the tree line here. And then if we look at the other side of the battlefield, he does also have one in the deep hiding. So now he's going to be charging in, taking Shade Fire to the face, and is going to be attacking the Canade Assassin. Mainly, though, he's trying to get vision. So he gets vision here, and now he's shooting in a little bit of friendly fire. Those are some very inaccurate shots, and the Scurvy Dogs are going to be charging into Shades with dual weapons who will annihilate Scurvy Dogs. The Shades with dual weapons have a bonus versus infantry, so this is going to be super cost effective here. Oh, this is good though. He's shooting into these Shades right here, getting some value. I would probably, if I were King, I would probably grab that Terrorgeist and go forward with it, and just to get vision. Terrorgeist is going to be tough to kill, and he's getting some okay sniping here on the Canade Assassin, but certainly he sacrificed a group of Scurvy Dogs. I mean, I don't know if that was worth it. So here the other Scurvy Dogs do emerge from the forest, and now they're going to be shooting and going after the other Shades with dual weapons, and that's some decent firepower, but I feel like Deck Gunners just don't do that much. It seems a little bit lackluster, but they do have the good range. But At this point, King needs to advance his army. He needs to get the bombers and everyone else going upwards, because otherwise the Shades are going to be able to just shoot them and really just kill them incredibly quickly. Other dogs are coming out of the forest here, and it looks like Noctilus is going to be dropping a summon back here. And King with a really good Hound Micro, he is getting into the back, jumps onto the Shades with dual weapons here. And what are the deck gunners shooting right now? Are they even shooting at all? The Shades are getting a little bit danger close, and this is good. This is a good trade here. Getting some firepower, taking out the Shades. I mean, they are the things that will kill his army. The other stuff isn't going to be terribly impactful, and it looks like a Wraithstorm is going to be getting dropped as well. And that could be good. That could be a 2-for-1 here. But the Sisters of Slaughter, man, they're going to crump that front line. And he does also drop the Flaming Sword of Ruin on these guys, but he comes in with the Melkos plus the Terrorgeist. Really good play here. And something that is a weakness of Xiphos' army is he does not have any mobility, anything to really stop like a Terrorgeist from just rampaging, right? So bombs are coming into the front, and the Bleak Swords have engaged. Sisters of Slaughter are engaging. They're going to be taking bombs to the face as well. Man, I would be really impressed if King's bombs actually won him this game. That would be very, very crazy. But the bombs are going off into the ideal targets, right? Bleak Swords in the front getting crumped, but a Burning Skull is going to be going down here. And it looks like King is able to dodge with the deck gunners, but the bombers are going to be sacrificed to Kane, it looks like. Well, just one group. That's not that bad. Terrorgeist in the meantime, flying overhead, still causing problems. King does have some Scurvy Dogs in reserve, but he's just going to keep shrekking these Shades with dual weapons, and his summons here are also doing a very good job. Deck Gunners in the back are just teeing off into the other Shades, and I have to say, I think King's build is doing very, very well here. The Sisters of Slaughter are getting pounded by the bombers. Okay, I mean, maybe he's making me a fan now. So right here, the Zombie Pirate Gunnery mob still bombing away. Sisters of Slaughter are being destroyed, and you can also see that the Supreme Sorceress is going to be getting slapped with the Wraithstorm, and on foot, she's not going to be able to dodge that very well. Scurvy Dogs have collapsed inward. Terrorgeist and company should be able to finish off these Shades with dual weapons. If he can, terror out these guys off or push them off and then just chase them with Scurvy Dogs, that is going to be a value train. So far, the Deck Gunners and company are doing a very good job. Bombers are cleaning up the front line for the most part. There still are some pockets of pressure here for the Elves. You can see there's some Sisters of Slaughter still fighting, some Bleak Swords, but the Halberd reserves should be able to pull up and cause some problems. Although this is something that could actually cost King a lot. Letting this Terrorgeist take that much damage is really, really bad. So he needs to pull that back right now and just heal it up and be very conservative because, I mean, man, the Shades are still going to be a problem no matter who, no matter how well this frontline fight goes. Those Shades are going to be a pain in the ass. It looks like Noctilus is going to be dropping a summon here of the Gunnery mobs, which are going to be continuing to chase off the Shades. It's really a shame he doesn't have any Scurvy Dogs left. That would be very, very useful here. Sisters of Slaughter coming back in, and it's a very even fight. Bounce Power is like dead even here. Over here on the far side, oh, that's really good. Terrorgeist is able to get a massive jump here onto the Supreme Sorceress, and Shade Wraith Gunner's getting a nice downtown fire. Oh, man, that's got to break those guys. -50, that's got to be a shatter. Man, that was a really good volley there, and it looks like a Burning Skull is going to be going down to the back to cause some problems there. And if the Terrorgeist can actually kill this freaking Sorceress, that's going to be maybe enough to give Vampire Coast the game. But the Shadefire is doing a lot of work. I mean, look at this. 200 HP, 199, and the Terrorgeist just gets gooned out by the Shades there. So now, is King of the Dead going to be able to kill this Vampire Caster, or this, not this Vampire Caster, this Dark Elf Caster? So the Vampire Coast front line is starting to falter a little bit. Bombs are being compromised. Not too many Sisters left. There's a couple here, but they are taking bombs to the face. Deckhand mobs are causing problems, and let's look at the current status of the Shades, because that is the biggest variable. 28 right here, another 10 right here, and it looks like the other group of Shades is pretty much a non-factor. So the Vampire Coast has done a pretty good job cleaning that up. However, if they get both of these compromised and lose their Deck Gunners right here, I think that could be cause for them to lose the game. And here you can see the Bleak Swords back here are going to be pressuring. Another Wraithstorm is going to be going down from the Hard Knock Life. And this is a good cast. I mean, just finishing off this caster, it's not going to kill her, but it'll probably put her down to like 700 HP, give or take. Yeah, 800 HP. Yeah, fairly accurate guess there. So Sisters have gotten back here. Noctilus needs to drop a summon right here to kind of clean up shop, I think. And it looks like he's going to be dropping a gun summon here to try and shoot these Sisters off. And the Shade Wraith Gunners don't cause terror, even though they're ghostly units, which I thought they would for some reason. Bombs and company here trying to fight these Sisters of Slaughter, but the Sisters of Slaughter doing a very good job actually cleaning those guys up. And it looks like Dark Elves are pulling a little bit ahead on the bounce of power. They're able to kind of stabilize here in the backfield. And they still have, an ample amount of Shades online. Shade Wraith Gunners, though, could be an issue here. And Noctilus is going to be going in to fight the Assassin, it looks like. Yeah, Candidate Assassin. What are the Gunners going to shoot is a question. Looks like they're going to go in and try and snipe the Lord, which isn't a bad idea. Melkos Mystify Miasma is going to go down to the Bleak Swords. A very, very close game between these two players. Awesome play. And Shade Wraith Gunners, looks like they might be able to actually finish off the Supreme Sorceress. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think he has enough stopping power here with Noctilus. I mean, he doesn't have much left. So the Supreme Sorceress is broken, but now she's about to, the back line here, the Shade Wraith Gunners are about to be taken out by the Bleak Swords, plus the, the other advancing troops there. And 38 HP on that character, man, that is something. Assassin's Trophy going down as well on Count Noctilus, but it looks like it's worn off here. And there are some supporting guns right here, but losing these Shade Wraith Gunners is going to be really bad. Man, 10 HP on that Supreme Sorceress. I think she might actually just shatter. But I just don't think Vampire Coast has enough. I mean, there's just the Shade Wraith Gunners here. Are they going to get her? And the Supreme Sorceress is going down. 10 HP! And she's down. So the not the vampires, but the dark elves, they're just all edgy and evil. So the elves have lost their leadership. Count Noctis is relatively healthy. Shade Wraith Gunners are still going. He's probably going to be able to break these Bleak Swords with a single attack here. -2, but just Shade Wraith Gunners aren't going to be able to stabilize. There is a chance for the Vampire Coast, because Noctis is very tough to kill. And if Noctis can actually kill this assassin in a duel, what's he casting right here is the question. It looks like there's going to be, is it another Raystorm? Man, I already thought he used all of his charges there. So Raystorm comes in and hits the Canate Assassin and actually does some really good work, but I mean, this is like the classic situation. Noctis versus like a million characters. I think had his Scurvy Dogs lived a little bit longer, maybe he would have been able to kind of pull this one out. I mean, there's still a chance. If Noctis does kill the Canate Assassin, Xiphos shouldn't be fighting this though. He should probably pull back the Canate Assassin in the Shades and just shoot Noctis down and just kind of drag him through the mud. Granted, man, 56 Sisters of Slaughter. Yeah, and you can see Xiphos knows this. He's pulling back. He's just going to pop trophy heads. He's going to cycle charge, and that's going to be game. That was a really good game, and I mean, King's unorthodox build worked quite well. I think he needed a little bit more, like one group of Depth Guard or something to really just fight against those guys, but Shades are so good against Depth Guard, so it's hard to justify. I think what actually did lose King of the game was losing his Terrorgeist. I don't know if he needed to lose it there. I think a little bit more conservative play with his Terrorgeist, and he probably could have won that game. Yeah, I think he could have won that had the Terrorgeist been a little bit more fluid. But it was really well played to both players. I mean, his micro and targeting was on point. It was a great battle. So Xiphos is up 2-0. He is up 2-0, but man, King put up a great fight. That was a nail biter of a game. We have the Dark Lord Felcon. He is here. Welcome, welcome. So let's do a close map. Let's just do a Essence of Chaos, like just one of those balls deep, just balls to the wall fight maps. I gotta find it. We'll do Troll Country. It's a classic. He's going Tomb Kings and banning Skaven, so he's going to be going with one of his stronger factions. And also, when you get into the best of 7 format, you have to realize that players do have to... It really tests their depth of skill with a multitude of factions, because, you know, you're going to have to start playing factions you're a little bit uncomfortable with. Unless you're a jack-of-all-trades kind of player. You know, some people are like that. Like myself, I'm pretty good at maybe like 5 or 6 factions. But like I'm not like super good at any one of them, right? So I'm more of like a jack-of-all-trades. He says, Bjorn, what's the best way to donate? Either way is fine, man. Yeah, whichever you prefer. PayPal's a little bit more direct, but either one works, man. Thank you so much, Bjorn the Fell-Handed. Blake says, I have to do dishes. It's been fun. So we have a couple donations as well that I did miss. One from Mr. Nyatek for the 10 Zlatis. Thank you so much. Jankuya, my friend. And then James with the $4. Says, breakfast streams with Turin all day, baby. All day, baby. Thanks for joining, man. Other games I play occasionally. You know, honestly, I don't play too many other PC games nowadays just to rest my hands. I play a ton of 40k tabletop. I play like 3 or 4 nights a week, so that's my big jam. Hail and well met, chat. So it's going to be Tomb Kings versus High Elves. Okay. High Elves is cool. Xiphos is a very good elf player. But after this, what is he going to have left? He's going to have Wood Elves. Yeah, no Wood Elves. And Demented Frog. Holy shit. So Demented Frog coming in with the 50. Thanks for another great stream. Well, Demented Frog, thank you for the fat donation and supporting the multiplayer community. It is much appreciated. And of course, the winner of today's best of 7 is going to be winning a $30 prize. Big time. You know, honestly, for like an hour and a half of your time, that's not that bad, right? Like, you're just playing video games. It's pretty cool. Mole spaghetti would have to be a lot. Would have to be a lot. Let me get in shape first, Mole spaghetti. Let me lose like 10 pounds. Then we'll talk. Demented Frog, thank you so much, man, for the donation. Much appreciated, brother. I know, the hand problems really suck. Xiphos is good with everything, says Aristodamos. Oh, well. Well then, that should be interesting. Yes, it is Euros, indeed. There was, so when I went to, for the previous Ever Chosen, when I was in Horsham, there's a store in downtown Horsham, England, that is called Pound City or something like that. And every time I walk past it, just my inner like 10-year-old or 13-year-old just laughs like, hey bro, you want to go to Pound City? Oh, it's so good. Gym membership donation? Dude, all day. Xiphos is ready. King's ready. Let's get this show on the road. Spirit of Gorg, thank you for the $2.99. Best of 7 3 times a week. Rip social life. I think it could be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. I do think so. And then Saturdays would be reserved for like, Saturdays and Sundays would be reserved for like, maybe like Tuesday, Thursday would be better. Yeah. Like 3 streams a week I think is good. I love this map. Come on, King, good luck. A 4-3. I can't work out too much anymore because like it hurts my hands a bit. I mean, but I do push-ups occasionally, and I can run and, you know, do all that anaerobic stuff. Is it Poundland? Yeah, it's Poundland. Sorry. But yeah, all the folks from the UK are correcting me now. It's Poundland is the name of that place. And every time I walk past it, oh my god, because I'm always with Italian Spartacus and we're walking together. I'm like, dude, you want to go to Poundland, bro? Oh my god. It's so good. It's so good. We went into Poundland. I think I ended up buying some like hand sanitizer in there or something. So Tomb Kings versus High Elves. I think we need to see the Sphinx, the big Necro Sphinx ROR. It has fire resist. It's really tough to bring down. It's pretty good against High Elves. Probably going to see some Dragon Princes, maybe, like Fireborn. Probably some Dragon play. Sisters of Averlorn, I think, for sure. Against the Constructs. And, yeah. We have a donation from Demidar. Thank you for your donation on the PayPal of the $5. Much appreciated, man. Appreciate your support, and keep doing it to it. Bjorn the Fell-Handed coming in with the $10. My first donation to your awesome scene, bro. Love the content and hope your wrists work out. They're surviving. Mine are shot too, so I know the feels, man. Well, perhaps we can both be immortalized in a dreadnought at some point. Isn't that what Bjorn the Fell-Handed? Isn't he actually in like a, you know, a dreadnought? Anyways, thank you so much, Bjorn, for the donation. Much appreciated, man. And hopefully our wrists will survive together. Oh, Poundland went out of business? No. No. next time I'm in Horsham, I'll have to pay my respects. So for King's Army, oh my god, a Bone Giant. So King of the Dead, again, the captain of unorthodox builds here, the master of no control groups, coming in himself. And at the front, he's got Tomb Guard, he's got 3 of those bad boys, 2 Skeleton Spears on the flanks. Nehekar Horsemen, just super cost effective. They can fight against Reavers, they're just a solid unit. And man, this build from Xiphos, look at this. Halberds stacked with Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers. Oh my god, this is going to be something. Now the Bone Giant does have a 350 range, and the Bolt Throwers have 380. Oof. Oof. Just a capital oof. I think King just has to get in there and pressure. I just don't know how he's going to break. I mean, he does have Chariots, I suppose. Who's this Lord? Arc in the Black for Skeleton Summons, Tomb Prince for Anti-Large. It's pretty good. He's got 2 Chariots. He's got Spearmen, Nekar Horsemen into the Sunset, and a couple Skeleton Horsemen in the back. But Xiphos' formation is pretty tight. Now, if King were able to compromise these somehow and like get past, I think what you do is you hide the Bone Giant. I would maybe run the Bone Giant backwards to the edge of the map, out of range of the Bolt Throwers, come in for a big Alpha Strike, and then send in the Bone Giant and maybe shoot at the Mage of Life. But anyways, for Xiphos, it's Spears, it's Noble, it's going to be a Tyrion as well, with Sunfang. A Mage, 3 of the Bolt Throwers here, and it looks like the Phoenix Guard are going to be in a super defensive formation. Yeah, Bjorn is in a Dreadnought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh man, this is going to be tough. Capital oof indeed. Bolt Throwers are going to be like a hard counter to that Bone Giant. The Bone Giant needs to just sit back, I think. Like, just sit back until the late game and just come back, because if it goes forward now, it's just going to get bonered. Like, those Bolt Throwers will kill it incredibly quick. Does King have a Necrotect as well? He has a Tomb Prince, Arc in the Black. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be really tough. I mean, this defensive geometry, though... Oh, look at that! Oh, look at the micro! Look at it! Look at it! Look at King! He slips through! Oh my god! And he gets on the Bolt Thrower! Oh my god, that is awesome. I don't think it's going to be enough, but like, he is able to temporarily shut down that Bolt Thrower, which is really big. Man, King's micro is so obnoxious with like Hound units. That is really good. And the Bone Giant's actually trying to snipe artillery pieces, which I don't think is worth it. I think it should just be shooting the Mage with Life. Man, he almost finishes that off. He slipped in there. He just slipped into those DMs. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was something. So the Bone Giant is trying to snipe artillery pieces. It's going to lose this duel eventually. So Arc in the Black is going to be coming forward as well, dropping a Skeleton Summon back here. And, oh, you better pull back, Arkin. Oh, and he jukes it. Oh, look at that juke. That was great. So now he has a 2 for 1 here on the Noble. Is he going to drop a Spirit Leech? I wonder. So he did drop a Skeleton Summon as well onto the Bolt Thrower. And the Boner Giant is trying to continue to snipe this guy. King is going to be trying to slip in there. He's got the Chariots. Chariots will be able to punch through pretty well. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Oh my god, look. King's getting it again. He's getting it again. He's like, screw your control group, Xiphos. I don't need that shit. And he gets in multiple times with the Skeleton Horseman. And a matter of fact, one Bolt Thrower is actually offline. Oh my god, King is going ham bone. Oh, and he's going for the Alpha Strike here on the Noble. It looks like an Earthblood's going down, but he's getting a ton of damage on this Noble. And now the Chariots of the Desert are going to be coming in, and the Bone Giant is suddenly in pretty good shape here. If he kills this Noble here, that would be huge. And does he have Spirit Leech? If he needs Buna too. Okay, he does have Buna. He needs to get back though. These halberds are going to be punishing. Chariots are slamming into the back, and the Skeleton Summon is actually able to finish off one Bolt Thrower here. So suddenly, that Boner Giant is in really good shape. Man. Okay, Spearmen are already running from that initial charge. Wow, King. He got this Bolt Thrower. He needs to get the Chariot and chase it off the battlefield. It might actually just run off on its own accord. But 2 of the Bolt Throwers are offline. Spearmen are running. Nekar Horsemen are coming around to clean up the scraps. Man, that is some really good play. And he also almost sniped the Noble. That is some great work there. And now the Boner Giant is just online. It's just with a full chub, I'm sure. And it's going to be able to just go after the high value target. So now I think if King doesn't screw up here, if like he plays a tight game from here on out. Oh man, but no, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just get out of there, dude. Like if he loses Arkin, he's going to lose the game. Arkin needs to just run. Man, that is really unfortunate. Oh, that pains my soul, because King was winning pretty hard up until that. Staff him to Gash. Okay, he's free. So now he's going to be okay. But now he has to be super conservative here with Arkin. Like, oh, and he let the Bolt Thrower crews come back online. He needs to get those guys off. He needs to get those guys off for sure. So the Bone Giant's still shooting. Here we do have the Noble. So the High Elf Noble is actually broken. The Tomb Prince was able to do some really good work. And the Spearmen are going to be surging forward as well. Yeah, King needs to get back here and clean up the scraps. He needs to like chase off his Bolt Thrower crew and get the other 2 as well. His Tomb Kings are going to be getting in there. Bone Giant's still going. I mean, it still is a big monster, right? Arkin the Black needs to be really careful. Like, getting this close to Tyrion is super risky. Yeah, just chase the Noble off the battlefield. That's actually a really good usage. Tyrion's going to be falling back as well. And it looks like he's going to be dropping. Oh, that is a good Sunfang here for Xiphos. Oh, but King sees it. He dodges it. And it actually ends up killing probably just as many High Elves as it did to the Tomb Guard. And the Horsemen here are able to get into the back on the Bolt Throwers. Doing some solid work there. And they get back. They are able to drift out of there. The Bone Giant has taken a bit of damage. 6.4k. And Arkin the Black is going to be chasing that Noble off the battlefield. We have a very even fight. It's going to be tough to kill all the elite halberds. But the Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers going offline is going to be really nice. And now King should be able to chase those guys off the battlefield. Man, that play with Arkin was very risky. I mean, that still may cost him the game, but even still. Now we have the Noble, or the Tomb Prince fighting Tyrion, which Tomb Prince will be pretty good here. Plus, what's really cool is that he does have the curse. So, yeah, he's going to be able to... Ooh, the Bone Giant shooting in. I'm not sure where he's aiming. But now the curse has been dropped. So Tyrion is Rampage now. And there should be a rear charge coming in as well. So my apologies if you guys hear the barking dog. Oh, man. Tyrion's rampaged into a bunch of spears. But again, Tyrion has a lot of armor himself. He's got 125 armor. And the Tomb Kings are cleaning up shop here in the back for sure. The elite halberds are in okay shape, but what King should probably do right now is grab the Skeleton Chariots and pull them down and around and just start hammering into these Phoenix Guard. Ushabti have been dropped as well over here on these guys. Arkin the Black probably still has ample winds of magic. And the Bone Giant's still shooting in. He might want to start marching up and getting ready for melee combat. Oh, this is a good opportunity. If the Tomb Prince can maybe snipe here, Tyrion's actually trying to push out right now. If you look, you can see Tyrion is he's trying to push out of the spear formation because he could then start chasing, you know, some of these very low leadership targets here. Nekar Horsemen are going to be cycle charging here. Halberds, Ushaptis might be able to break these Phoenix Guard over here. Hard to say. That Bone Giant hasn't been doing too much, to be honest. He does have 22 kills. And the Bone Giant might be better suited shooting against some of these halberds here. A full surround here on the Phoenix Guard. And you can see the Tomb King leadership is going to be running and cackling. They don't need to take any of these fights. Like, just be careful, be conservative. Just keep cycle charging with your chariots against these Phoenix Guard and methodically work them down. Here you can see these Phoenix Guard are like taking virtually no damage. Just absolutely brutal. But man, Tyrion is going to be a thick one to deal with. Especially does he have the Heart of Avalorn? He doesn't. So thankfully for King of the Dead, what damage he does get on Tyrion is going to be permanent. It's not going to be like, you know, a freaking, you know, Heart of Avalorn coming back and just winning the game. This is a really, really good game here. This is close. Phoenix Guard here are going to be breaking due to all the rear charges. Bone Giant still missing again. And also, guys, remember, when the Bone Giant runs out of ammo, it is going to be a substantial threat. I mean, it will be able to hurt Tyrion. It hits very, very hard. So now the Chariots need to kind of pull over here. If he can break the Tomb Guard, or the Phoenix Guard, that's going to be enough. He can then chase him off the battlefield. A nice heal right there, but just chase these guys off is going to be the methodical pick. Xiphos doing a good job holding, though. Like, and if he gets another Sunfang and roasts a ton of, you know, undead infantry, that could be enough to win Xiphos the game, honestly, if he clears out some chaff. Oh, a Sunfang going down. Oh, that was a nice cast. It didn't get a lot of Tomb Guard, though. It was mostly Skeleton Spears. And the Chariots are here. Probably going to be slapping the base into these Phoenix Guard right now. King of the Dead just needs to be careful. As long as he doesn't lose Arkin, I think he's going to be in okay shape. Bone Giant shooting in. Maybe actually try and get your what's it called? Your Tomb Prince to go after the Mage of Life. It's just on a chariot. And now you can see the Phoenix Guard are all broken off, except this top group here. Yeah, this is a good opportunity right here. Bone Giant's still shooting in, and now King is going to be going for the Alpha Strike, and Tyrion's actually pinned in. Now this could actually win King the game. If he's able to get this Mage of Life here, all but very good control by Xiphos. He's able to get away there and run back into the Halberd formation. You need to be careful, though, not to overextend here. Oh, and the Tomb Prince gets a charge here on Tyrion, actually trying to get some work, and he pulls back. And you can see the Mage of Life is actually almost broken somehow. I don't know how that happened. It's shaken, and it's like full health. Why is it even shaken? So Tyrion's getting a little bit beat up as well. Bone Giant's still just being useless, unfortunately. And Arkan charges in to a bunch of halberds, so that is a risky play. He needs to pull back like ASAP, because he's taking a lot of unnecessary pokes there from the halberds. Sniping the Mage of Life probably is a good idea, and pinning Tyrion down with the freaking Nakar Horseman I think is going to be a pretty good play. Chariots are pulling back, but this is not good. This is actually really bad. Tyrion's free now. Nakar Horseman should probably just turn and hold him in place. So as far as Tomb King's infantry, we have Nikesh's, a couple Tomb Guard as well. A couple decent choices. The Bone Giant has to come fight. Like, get that big monster. It has 6,000 HP. That's going to be pretty crucial. So here you can see the Mage of Life has a Book of Hoeth. More healing would actually be disastrous. Being able to heal up these 69 Phoenix Guard, that's what she said, would be very strong. Chariots are charging back in. Oh man, I think King might have just thrown the game. He sent Arkan into close quarters combat, like right in front of Tyrion. If Arkan doesn't get away here, that's going to be like game blouses. So the Tomb Prince here is fighting as well, but he's very beat up. He's able to get a little bit of work here on the Mage of Life. I think maybe just, yeah, try and snipe the Mage of Life, because Spirit Leeches could still be a thing here in the fourth quarter. And the Bone Giant's got to be coming. Yeah, he's marching forward. The Bone Giant fighting Tyrion could be pretty good. Mage of Life is actually shaken. The Tomb Prince is still fighting, believe it or not, because Tyrion hasn't been able to make contact. Tyrion's actually pinned in by these guys. Chariot slamming into the back. Arkan coming in to actually try and finish off the Mage of Life, which is a really good play. Gets rid of the healing. Now he's broken. Okay, so that could get King of the Dead back in this game here. And now he just needs to chase the Mage off the battlefield with one of his beat-up characters. And yeah, probably get some Chariots to slam into these Phoenix Guard here. Phoenix Guard are still holding on, though. 62 models. Very good just persistence here by Xiphos. Not going quietly into the good night, but that freaking Boner Giant needs to get in there while there's still infantry support. If the Halberds are able to surround the Giant, they'll kill it very quickly. But I mean, God, he has like King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion and a couple other units and everything. Oh, my lovely wife is here. Everyone say hello to Lady Turin. The one and only. Welcome, darling. So the Bone Giant's coming for Tyrion. Tyrion was able to get a heal, it looks like, which is very unfortunate for the Tomb Kings. Here you can see, yeah, I mean, the Phoenix Guard are getting worn down. Oh, and the Bone Giant coming with the overhand right. A good Sunfang. Now, guys, Sunfang doesn't have a cap on its charges. It's basically just a recharge rate thing. So it can go for quite some time. Tyrion, oh, Tyrion's going to get the Tomb Prince. Man, Arkan needs to get out of there. Arkan needs to just save up those Spirit Leeches and just pick off scraps on the map. Are we going to have a Bone Giant versus Arkan the Black? Oh my god, that's going to be a great fight. Arkan needs to escape, or a Bone Giant versus Tyrion. Tyrion needs to escape, though. Or not Tyrion, freaking Arkan. Goddamn, I'm getting confused. Just clean up the Phoenix Guard, clean up all the scraps, and then just like grind out Tyrion. That's like his only hope. So the Phoenix Guard are broken. Arkan should not be fighting, though, because Undead really do suffer a lot when they lose their leadership. He needs to just juke. Tyrion's faster, though. That's the problem. 76 speed on Arkan. I mean, he has an Undead horse. There's no muscles on that thing. So here comes the charge. You can see Tomb Guard and all these guys are going to be piling in. The Bone Giant's coming as well. So, guys, a very close fight. Jesus. So, despite it being 2-0, these players, having a pretty evenly matched series. And is the Bone Giant going to be able to finish off Tyrion? Tyrion's much faster. Foe Seeker. Now we get to see how good are the jukes of King of the Dead. Chariots are going to be trying to help. They should be chasing off these high elf reinforcements. Oh, is he going to juke? Is he going to juke? Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, and he gets away. He dodges it. And the Chariots come for the rescue. Oh, man. This is crazy. He needs to hide by the Bone Giant. Oh, he's doing the jukes. Oh, no, that wasn't a good juke. Oh, it kind of was, actually. Oh, my God. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And Tyrion's not taking any damage, really. Arkan, those Chariots should just go finish off these High Elf forces, because if they're able to get back, that could actually be problematic. Look at this. Tyrion should just kill these Chariots. I mean, they're so low. Yes, this is good. Hide amongst the Nikesh's Scorpion Legion. The Bone Giant's just coming. He's like, I'm coming for you. Oh my god. Oh, I definitely, there's no bias towards players, but I don't like elf factions, so there's always going to be a slight bias. A little bit. But I mean, I don't know. Tyrion is just on the hunt, dude. He's got 92 speed. Man, the jukes have been insane, though. Cue the Benny Hill theme. But look at this. The High Elves have actually resurged. They have a force here. And he braces. God damn, good control. Before the chariots hit them, he braces his army. This is the final fight for the fate of Middle-earth. We have 2 chariots here, and we do have 1 chariot here. And it's probably going to break these spearmen, I would imagine. Or maybe get pretty close. 15-6 leadership. The Tomb Giant, or the Bone Giant, does cause terror. And for some reason, Phoenix Guard, who are like these elite warriors who are sworn to silence, are not immune to psychology, which I feel like they should be, but... Oh my god. King Nikesha's Scorpion Legion going to be surging in. And look at this. Xiphos is just like the Predator right now. He is the Predator. Xiphos has literally grown dreadlocks. He has a mask. He now laughs in a very deep baritone. And he's hunting down. He's trying to get on Arkan. Oh my god. King Nikesha's Scorpion Legion going to be able to probably finish off those 2 Phoenix Guard there. Look. This is one of the most ridiculous games I've seen and casted in quite some time. I still think the High Elves are probably going to win. Spirit Leech, though, is pretty big. No, don't go in with Arkan. What are you doing? Oh, he goes in with Arkan! And the Bone Giant gets in with the overhand right. And now a Mass Terror route coming down. I mean, it's basically going to be, is Tyrion going to be able to beat a Bone Giant? I think so. Although, I don't know. If he gets a little bit lower, it could be the danger zone. Oh my god, this game is insane. So Tyrion here took a couple blows to the face. Took a couple beatings. Arkan the Black very low. Arkan, does he have a curse? It looks like, Arkan just has the AoE damage curse, which isn't going to be that good. But, I mean, I think King's just going all in here, trying to finish him off. He gets one last skeleton summon. Oh my god, is Arkan... Arkan has 29 HP! And Tyrion's taking no damage. I mean, Tyrion has 72 melee defense. It's pretty insane. Although the Bone Giant gets a huge slobber. Oh my god! Xiphos is a god! This was all planned. Oh my god, he eviscerates that Tomb King form. Oh my god, that eviscerating blow. That was insane. Xiphos with the master bait. Did you guys see that? Oh my god. And that's army losses! That Bone Giant could totally win the fight if not for army losses, probably. Oh wow. Oh my god. Oh god, says Xiphos. Wow, Tyrion, the hero of the Aesir people. Okay, I'm a High Elf fan right now. That was crazy. Oh my god. The Tomb Kings were probably going to win that if not for that Sun Fang. Tyrion. Oh my goodness. And King played so well. They both played so well. Dat Sun Fang. God, Xiphos, what a beast. That was so good. That was so good and tasty. All right. Oh, God. Xiphos says that was ridiculous. All right. So now we're going to go on the Sword of Torgold. Classic. Hold on. Let's see what Anna says here. That bait was better than me trying to trick Turin into taking out the trash. Yeah, it was pretty good. Drop a like. That was so good. Xiphos is the masturbator. Oh my god. Jesus, what is this campaign, says Colin Byrne? Oh man. That was... I really thought King was going to win that one towards the end there. That was nuts. The Bone Giant was pretty useless that game. Like, had King brought like a Cameroon War Sphinx or a Necro Sphinx, I think he would have won that. Xiphos going Orcs. Oh, King's got to pick Vampire Counts here. He's got to pick Vampire Counts. My blood of an Aryan. Come on. How can you not be a little bit of a High Elf fan after that? So I think that Xiphos here is probably going to ban vampires, or some sort of a... He can't ban the same factions. Yeah, he'll probably ban Vampire Counts. By God, he's torn him in half. Yeah, ban Vampire Counts. That's the choice. It's a hard matchup for Orcs, as is. What is King going to pick? He's gone through most of his best factions. So he's going to have to start thinking outside of the box. Oh, no. Crooked Moon? He's going to play Crooked Moon? Oh, my God. King, why? Well, I suppose he's going for legend status. Hopefully he's able to put up a fight here. Controlling 1,000,000 goblins with no control groups is certainly going to be difficult. He's like, nah. Yeah, high elves are definitely not my favorite. He's like, all right, I'll go Beastmen. I was like, well, play who you're best with, and then he just switches to Beastmen. Lady Turin says, only Spartacus likes high elves because he's bald, and he isn't fooling anyone with his invisible top knot. Oh my god. No, he's going with the Beastmen. No, he thought about it. I was like, play who you think you would win with. Okay, Xiphos is going to go Crooked Moon. And, you know, this actually could be a trick, because when people pick Crooked Moon, a lot of times they're going to assume it's going to be goblins. And you come in with, like, a regular orc build, and it's like, what? So Xiphos could pull some mind games here, for sure. Don't worry, Xiphos is playing Crooked Moon. You guys are taken care of. Dangerous Dingo, the answer is no. There's not any reason other than aesthetics. I'm going to get some water real quick, guys. There still are gobos, guys. Don't worry, it's happening. Oh, man. All hail the mighty, they're arising from the deep, with crooked sails and incredible tails. Chocolate Treat says, orcs, orcs, orcs. Thank you for the donation, man, of the fat 20. Take me and scheme. Oh my god. Xiphos is scheming all right. He's going to be crumping some Beastmen potentially. King is a very good Beastmen player. Lady Turin basically is Skarsnik. She's an attractive, hot, smoking hot Skarsnik. Oh man. This is going to be good. I'm really excited for this match. Drink water every time I say water. Well, that would be like every 15 minutes, which is actually good. You'd stay nice and hydrated. You know, I bet you Xiphos is just not going to go goblins. He's probably just going to go regular orcs. He's probably just totally going to junk on King's like schemes here. I will personally guarantee... You know, Ragnarok Spiders are a great pick against Beastmen, as is. So I think Xiphos will come in with one, if not, maybe two spiders. We're going to see the Queen for sure. We'll probably see like the Queen, Skarsnik, and then aside from that, it's going to be a regular build. Demented Frog, thank you for the 20 euros. He says, gobos, gobos, gobos. Thank you, Demented Frog. Wookie is Gobbler. Wookie is our Gobbler, yes. I can't wait, darling. Can't wait. Show me some kids. Does that make you Belagar? Not really. I don't know what that... I guess... am I Gobbler? Turin is a Hydro homie, confirmed. So, you know, all jokes aside, Skarsnik, he's not a super competitive pick against, you know, in general, but against Beastmen, he's not bad. He has anti-large, he has a ton of HP. He's pretty good against, like, Minotaurs and Gorbals and things like that. He has poison. He's cheap, so you can go very wide. Like, Skarsnik and a Spider would be decent here. Like, not bad. Oh, man. Marco says nothing's better than a fat joint in a live Turin stream. Right on, man. Well, King's on the ropes here, guys. If he loses this, well, it's going to be a quick stream. Granted, we'll probably do some other, you know, we'll play some more games after this if it does end here. King of the Dead has an army built for every occasion. He instant readied. Yeah, King does have preloaded builds. So Xiphos, I think, is handpicking his army here. Man, these have been insanely good games today. Like, despite the fact that it is 3-0 right now, those games were all, like, super tight. A pre-built anti-Gobbo build? I don't know about that. I really don't think Xiphos is going to go pure goblins. Although, maybe he could go with Mass Kite, like just a ton of Spider Riders and Wolf Rider archers and stuff. I could actually see that. Xiphos tends to play a more kiting playstyle from what I've seen in other tournaments, so I don't know, maybe. Oh, yes. Sorry, guys. I'm just doing some stretches with the old pause. So last night I had a really fun 40k game versus the oh my god, Frostlight. That freaking bomb with that Sunfang was insane. That was insane. Xiphos just went deep on that force. God damn, that was some legendary shit. But anyways, I played a game last night. I played my Black Legion Death Guard army against the Adeptus Custodes. It was a really fun battle. Black Legion's so much fun. Like, all the shenanigans they can do with cultists. Man, that's great. Plus, the new Abaddon model is just so cool looking. And it's basically Horus, you know. He's basically Horus in terms of his stat line. He has like the same stat line as Robute Gilliman, just about. Costs like 150 points less. White tea sounds like vodka. I light this blunt in the name of Ark in the Black. You'll be remembered. What? Oh my god. That's pretty funny. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining. And now Bjorn the Fell-Handed hath become a member. He now has access to the emojis, and perhaps I'll add a Dreadnought emoji just for you after the stream. Thank you so much, Bjorn. I actually have a friend coming over on either Tuesday or Thursday night. And we are going to test film a 40k battle report. So we're going to test it, see how it looks, experiment with lighting and some of the different sound and all that stuff. So we're going to do it. I actually like Alpha Legion a lot. Yeah, Bjorn, thanks again for becoming a sponsor, man, and donating today. I really do appreciate your support. And hopefully you are ready for some 40k bat rep soon. But yes, I am going to be trying to do that because Spartacus is too busy, unfortunately, so I can't get him over to play. Or maybe he just doesn't want to, I don't know. And so I'm going to be filming bat reps with some of the guys in my local competitive league, and it's going to be really fun. Romulan, you just got back from work. Dude, or from the bank. You missed some insanely good games. So Xiphos is up 3-0 right now, but each of those games was like nail-biting close, especially the last one. Holy shit. You got to go back and watch the ending of that game. It was so good. So yeah, my buddy's coming over. His name's Ed. And he's awesome. Ed, if you're watching, you're the man. I know he watches the streams here and there. So we're going to try and work it out this week. He's going to play as Adeptus Custodes. And he's got a really cool army. He runs like a bunch of jet bikes and then runs like a big Telemon Dreadnought, Calidus grab tanks. It's a solid army. I like Alpha Legion. I'm a big fan of Alpha Legion. Alpha Legion is really strong. They're one of the more competitive Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine factions, actually. Because their Legion trade is just obscenely good. But the problem with Alpha Legion is I can't then use my freaking Abaddon, so it's like, eh. I can't use Abby. Oh man, my hands are sore. Alright, lads, it's time. Oh my god, it's Pigtonia! Oh my god, it's happening. Guys, so Xiphos, as expected, a complete trickster, the manifestation of Loki himself, coming in with an Orc War boss and a massive Pigtonia build. Savage Orc Boar Boys broken. It's all Pig Boar Boy Biggins across the entire line. He's got an Orc Shaman with Brain Buster and Fists of Gork and an Orc War boss. Oh my god, guys, it's a giant Pig Wa. This must be his special weapon against Beastmen. I bet you he's done this before in tournaments and shit and just surprises people. Oh my god. No, wait, Romulan, you have to watch this first. And then over here, for the Beastmen, they're going to be woefully underprepared for this. The Bestigors, a couple Spears, Hounds, Centigors, a Bray Shaman, it looks like Morka the Shadowgave. Chariots are going to be 100% useless. And Centigors, Poison Warhounds. Oh, man. I am very concerned for this Beastmen army here. Like, I feel like Pigtonia is just going to run them over. Oh, my God. The Fury of France hath been called in this matchup. That's a bacon tide. My apologies for the background noise. There's some freaking people mowing their lawn behind me. God, I hate my neighbors. They're fucking terrible. Jesus. It's legal because he has different variants of them. So he has Orc Boar Boys. He has Savage Orc Boar Boys, and then he has Biggins. He has all the different types. So he's able to get a massive force of pigs because there's a ton of different ones. Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know if King's going to be able to stop this. Like, Centaurs are pretty good against boars, but, like, I don't know, man. It's really going to come down to how good the cycle charging is from Xiphos. Like, because if he sits for, like, a second too long into any of these infantry, he's just going to get shreked. Morker is really tough to snipe as well. Like, Morker's going to be tanky, too. He's going to be able to sit all day. This is the reboot of Wild Hogs. This is the reboot of the Wild Hogs movie. Oh my god. King's probably just, like, expecting a spider and, like, a basic army, but then all of a sudden this shit comes. Oh my god. Yeah, I just imagine, like, you know, it's the Battle of Pelennor Fields, and King Theoden is, like, an orc marching down his lines of pigs. This is the day we fight. Oh my god. So here come the pigs. I wonder if King's saying anything. Nope. He's just like, oh well. Not sure how this is going to go. You know, there are some raiders as well. He does have a couple spears. Believe it or not, those spears are going to be super important, especially the Destroyers of Drakewald. They have anti-large, charge defense, pretty good leadership by, like, you know, Ungor standards there. So we're going to see how it goes. So the formation, the Beastmen are just like, come what may. Like, we can't catch you, so, you know, he just has to play very defensively. He is going to be able to get some good grabs with the Poison Hounds, but he has to make sure that they don't take the charge, like hide behind spears and countercharge. And you can see here that King of the Dead is going to be kind of falling back right here to the edge of the map. Not even the edge. I mean, the edge is way back here, but he's going to kind of be, you know, getting a position here. Yeah, this is a Ron Swanson build for sure. Just bacon for days. Savage Orc Boarboys coming around. I mean, there's a lot of punch in this army. So firstly, the Orc Orboss is going to come in and tease a little bit. Just waste some ammunition. I mean, he'll take some damage. But it's really, like, guns can get really direct fire. But, you know, the arrows are not going to be as direct with juking like that. So Xiphos coming in just to send a message. He's like, I can take 2 volleys here and like an absolute champ. Yeah, it's going to be a very micro-intensive match. And as a matter of fact, King could do a blitz here. He could, like, send Bestigors over here and then cut off these other 2. That actually might not be a bad idea. But remember, the Orc Warboss is very mobile. He's going to be able to jump around and get wherever he wants to go and really, you know, cause problems here. And you can see Xiphos is aware of this. He's going to be switching. So some pigs are going to be taking a couple arrows. Hey, he took like 1. Vile Tide's going down. Great cast right there. Able to hit those Ungors. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's still a good cast. It did some decent HP damage. And Spirit of Gorg, thank you for the donation. He says, ride now to bacon and to Waz ending. Gorg. Thank you, Spirit of Gorg, for the donation. And here comes the onslaught. The pigs cometh. And the first wave of bacon will be surging into the Bestigor herds. Xiphos, of course, should be pulling back rather quickly because they are very squishy. Waz active. Yeah, it's just an all-out pig slaughter. I mean, they're just getting in there. They're coming in the back here. Chariots are just like, oh god, we have nothing to do here. Spear is getting a pretty good little screen against these forces, but the Bestigors are actually winning that trade versus Savage Orc Boarboys, so Xiphos needs to pull back. Oh, look at that! Beautiful play by King! He's able to summon Chaos Spawn behind these guys, using Morker's staff, and now they're going to turn around and poison them. So I think that King of the Dead is actually in a very advantageous position. Being able to pin in these piggies is going to be huge. Also, you can see that the Bestigor herds here do have the Mantle of Gorok, and they beat down those Savage Orc Boarboys. A great Vile Tide. King of the Dead is on a mission to get back into the series here, and he is cleaning up pigs left and right, just the herd charging into the front, you know, trying its best here, but I don't know. I feel like King of the Dead is defending very well. Broken pigs here. Beautiful Chaos Spawn summon. Should be able to deal with the big ones there. But the Warboss is coming in, and there's still a whole other wave of piggies. They're coming in here. The Spears need to reform ranks, and it looks like it's going to be a huge, just kind of a pit fight between the remnants of the Beastmen back here. Not even remnants, but the main army. Ooh, Destroyers of Drakewald are going to be really bad to charge into that. The Spears are going to be extremely efficient, and I don't know. The Bestigors are holding really well, using some of the supporting magic to give them that punch, really helping them take down the Orc Boarboys, and it seems that the bacon is getting crushed. The Beastmen are just holding firm. Some really good plays here for King, being able to kind of summon the Chaos Spawn behind those guys, and maybe Xiphos stayed in combat a little bit too long with his piggies. I think the cycle charging should have been more aggressive in the front. Granted, the Chaos Spawn block was really good, and plus Poison Hounds and Centaurs are extremely efficient here. Destroyers of Drakewald also causing some problems. And I think that Xiphos is going to be dropping this game rather quickly. Yeah. Everyone's like, all right, it kind of looked like a better idea on paper. And here you can see the Centaur is going to be countercharging those guys. Nice little Brave Scream right there, doing a little bit of damage. But yeah, the Beastmen are just too strong at this point. The Warboss is beat up. It's going to be next to impossible to snipe Morker. I just don't think that the Greenskins are going to be able to win this fight with the Pigtonia, as it's been coined, I should say. Some pigs are going to be falling back here, juking some shots. He is able to clean up some Centaurs here. I mean, if Xiphos waits out the Chaos Spawn summons, maybe he could, pull something back. I mean, the Beastmen are beat up. But God, he's about to get hit with army losses is the problem. Like, if he loses anything else, it's going to be army losses. We have some pigs charging in the back here, getting a nice little punch here on the raiders. And if they're actually able to rout off the raiders and chase them off, that could be quite good. And also, mind you, there are some units in King's Army which are next to useless, like the Razor Gore Chariots. Like, they're not going to be, doing too much. Yeah, Boar Boy Cav are usually pretty haggard. So the Chaos Spawn are disappearing here in a couple seconds, which you'll watch the bounce power, guys. You'll notice here in a second. It's going to kind of teeter back towards the middle as those guys do dissipate. And 1, and 2, and a 3. They should be disappearing here in a second. There they go. And, well, didn't affect it too much, actually, if even at all. Xiphos is going to be jumping in with his Orc Warboss, trying to get some freebies here. Pigtonia is going to be slamming into the back. Another wall is active. And he's going to be charging in, trying to get some freebies on these isolated Vestigores. And they're taking some work. They're taking some work for sure. But, I mean, yeah, the Cav just are so haggard. Oh, my. Greenskin Cav units. Orc Warboss here on the far side, getting crumped pretty bad. Morker, the Shadow Gave, and the Vestigores and company are able to clean him up. And that's going to be a game for King of the Dead. The Pigtonia build, the sneaky, sneaky build, not able to pull it out. So the meme did not become a dream. Well, the dream became a meme, and then the meme did not become a dream. Or, I don't know. I don't really know where I was going with that. But a bold move by Xiphos, trying to catch King off guard with an unorthodox build. But he's certainly going to have to turn it on now and come back with something a little bit more competitive here. There is a prize at stake, after all. Pigtonia has failed this day. And let us go forth to Schwarzhofen. The crumpers have been crumped. The bacon weakens. It has been pan fried. The Beastmen will be eating well for weeks to come. GG, well played. All right, so what's it going to be? King of the Dead is going to pick vampire counts on Schwarzhofen, which is a vampire count map. And guys, he's back. He's on the scoreboard. I have a great idea. Let's take the worst cap in the game and make a full stack. Oh my god. Spit roasted. I want to see a Rohan versus Warg Riders battle. Yeah, that would be fun. Oh man. So we have King of the Dead on vampires. And Xiphos is not messing around now. He's like, no more time for games. I'm going to Wood Elves, and it's going to be Wood Elves versus vampires. What did King ban? He banned dwarves. Okay, interesting. I would have probably banned... I feel like dwarves aren't terrible. I mean, it's hard, but it's doable. And knowing Xiphos is an elf player, I definitely would have banned freaking Wood Elves there, because it's the only one he hasn't played. Let us pray for the bacons. King of the Dead. It's a $30 prize. Nudes of Turin. Oh, God. Hey, take care, Mr. Nyatek. Get some sleep, brother. Dobranoc. If you could do one change in the game to make things better... Oh, Fabio, that's really hard. I mean, I don't think one balance change would help, but I would probably have, like, ladder resets or something. Yeah, I think... I don't know. There's better changes. I don't know. Fix the found match bug. Romulan says he's hungry for cooked pig. I certainly don't blame him. This map does have a little bit of a forest in the center to actually hide some Wood Elf stuff. So vampires have a decent matchup here, though. I think that if they just go... But that's the thing. Xiphos might just be like a wild card, but he's going to play a kite build. There's going to be Way Watchers. I think just Black Knights and Blood Knights and maybe like one Terror Geist to deal with like a wild tree pick could be pretty good. Lee, what's up, man? What is up? Black Coach isn't bad here. It's okay. I think getting the better change, make DLC free. Yeah. Make Footlords good. Yeah. Oh, but that's not just one change though. That would take a ton of different changes. I'm really looking forward to Chaos getting like all of its stuff, like its god specific units. That's what I would really want. Like Nurgle, Slanesh, Tzeentch, Khorne, like that alone is going to enrich the game so much, because Chaos is kind of like very vanilla, like a little bit bland to be honest as a faction. So I think that Chaos getting all their changes in the next game is going to be it's going to be big. Hopefully they do. So vampire counts versus Wood Elves. I'm curious how Xiphos is going to deal with an onslaught, like Cav onslaught, because Wild Riders have a little bit of trouble against like Blood Knights and things like that. But, I mean, if you could just hold them in place for a minute and get really good praise of an Athrema and use, like, good Waywatcher control, you can kill any army. But I don't know. I think this might be a hard one for the Wood Elves. Like if you're playing very traditional vampires, hard to say. Death blobs do work okay with Durthu, like in the Sword of Daith and like Flock of Doom, and then just heals, and it can work. And then just hiding with the elite troops. You know, Xiphos, what he might actually do on Svarthofen, depending on his deployment, is he might actually do a mass like Death Star. Oh, actually, never mind. I was thinking of the wrong map. Okay, there's like a little tree there. So okay, yeah, this is actually a better map, I think. There's countless ways to play this one. Frying pan meta. Well, Xiphos I don't think is going to be playing around right now. I think he's going to come in with like a more serious build. But, you know, vampires I think have some decent tools. Prey of Anathrema, though, is really big. With Waywatcher Focus Fire, you can kill any big vampire monster like instantly. It's pretty nasty. Yeah, build roulette. Yeah, to say the least. If I were king, I'd probably bring like 2 Sternsmen and 1 Graveguard and a bunch of zombies and skeletons. And then I would get like maybe 1 Blood Knight, 2 Black Knights, a Terrorgeist, a bunch of Fellbats, a couple dogs, and that would probably be it. As far as like leadership choices, I think that Manfred's really good here. Manfred's a beast. Having access to Buna is really good. Like Buna, Spirit Leech, and then all the basic vampire spells. It's hard to say. Oh yeah, I've seen this before. King is actually a huge fan of Vargheists. He uses those guys quite a bit. Okay, so very cool build. I think this could work. The one thing that King's build would really suck against would be a Death Star. So if Xiphos, for example, had brought like a big, tree Death Star, it would have pretty much been an instant loss here for King because of the lack of, heavy hitting he has in his army. But against, an archer build, I think his build's really good. I think it's really good. All right, so for King's army in the front, it's going to be a bunch of golems. So he has Crypt Ghouls mixed in with the Königstein Stalkers, 2 groups of spearmen, and that's it. I mean, ghouls can do really well. If ghouls are fighting like, spearmen or just Eternal Guard, they're going to be fine. Now, they die extremely quickly to any sort of punch from like Wild Riders and things like that, but I think the Crypt Ghoul pick is, it's decent. 2 groups of spears in the front, spears in the flanks to help with the cav fights, 2 Fellbats, and then a massive air force of Vargheists. So the Devils of Svarthofen, and we're on Svarthofen as a map, aren't we? That's great. He does have Von Karstein, Vampire Lord. So he has the Storm of the Night, just in case his opponent does go with like an Air Force or has like a Flying Lady. So that's a really good pick. Granted, Xiphos didn't tech into it, but I still think that it was a decent pick. He does have the Invocation and Raised Dead, 2 groups of Vargheists, a shit ton of Fellbats. In the back, he's got Black Knights, Dire Pack, Black Knights, and more Black Knights. The Black Knights are going to have trouble killing Wild Riders. Wild Riders do win that fight head-to-head. So, something to kind of take note of. No Blood Knights, no real heavy punch here. Now for Xiphos, fairly standard stuff. Spell Singer, a couple groups of the War Dancers in the back with Azrai Spears. Ghouls will be good against those. But really, I think King may have trouble dealing with his Cav Force. Sisters of Thorn, Wild Riders here, and the classic Glade Lord, Prey of Anathrema, and 3 Waywatchers. It's really punishing. So King's going to have to use like Fellbats to kind of inundate these guys. Otherwise, they're just going to, like, that one volley from those guys, like all 3 of them, will kill a group of our guys, like outright. So Prey of Anathrema probably going to be dropped. King has to be very careful of his micro because now you can see that Xiphos is bringing out the big tournament guns. He's bringing out like the Waywatcher build. It's going to be pretty powerful for sure. And like if this Von Karstein Vampire Lord overextends here, like King will just lose. So now King needs to run. Good control. He reacts quickly. Xiphos, though, if he jumps on it, I don't think he could have. Xiphos could have maybe prayed him there and sniped him out, but now you can see that the Vargheists are going to be falling back. So good control there by both players. And the Fellbats are going to be swooping in as well, but very good stuff by Xiphos. He's able to get these Sisters of Thorn to kind of screen a little bit, and they do have some ranged attacks. I wonder if the Fellbats are going to dive. Oh, they're going to dive, actually. Interesting. So they're diving. I wouldn't dive with all of them. I think diving with like 1 or 2 is a good choice. Because, yeah, now you're just going to get kind of crumped on by these Wild Riders. But, I mean, it is kind of, halting the pressure of those guys. And they are in guard mode, so they're going to keep firing to the bitter end. And now Fellbats are swooping in, and he needs to be more careful with these. Because, Sisters and Wild Riders can kill the Fellbats very quickly. Like, pull them back up and go up and around and then chase the archers again. Yeah, there you go. So he pulls back, which is good. Waywatchers are still shooting, but they're not getting a ton of value. They're just kind of auto-shooting into Fellbats and kind of some of those low-tier troops. And although he did get some really good damage on the Black Knights. Black Knights do have bronze shields, but bronze shields aren't going to save you from the wrath of Waywatchers. You need, like, gold shields to kind of deal with that. Which I think is something to kind of take note of. Black Knights just getting melted. They might actually start just crumbling off the battlefield. Fellbats, in the meantime, just kind of flying overhead and cackling. The Golems need to advance, though. The Crypt Ghouls and the rest of the Undead Force needs to get in there. Oh, man, that's some nasty focus fire. God damn, Waywatchers are gross. So here you can see that the Fellbats still going to continue attacking. Now is an okay time to all in. Just get the Fellbats and go all in on those guys. because you're just going to die to this focus fire anyways. And I'm wondering what King is going to do with his Vargeist here. I mean, he can't really attack the Wild Riders. There's War Dancers with Azrai Spears down there. The Fellbat control is decent. You can see here one group of Fellbats is gone. It's only 350 gold though. And ammunition is value, right? So being able to kind of waste ammo is good. But man, the Golems are just taking a beating here. And it looks like Vargeist might come in and try and get a freebie here. But, I mean, he can't really. Like, really good control by Xiphos. He is not leaving anything up for free. He's charging in with the Vargeist into Azrai Spears, which is just super risky. Yeah, he's going to have to pull back and do some effective cycle charging here. Pravenoth Rama's going down. Okay, that's pretty bad. There's going to have to be an overcasted invocation of Nehek right here. Otherwise, it's going to be just like blouses. Black Knights need to come up and around as well if he's going to be distracting the Knights over here in this part of the battlefield. The Curse is going down. Okay, so a lot of the Fellbats are distracting the Way Watchers. Now, King needs to start microing his Von Karshan Vampire Lord, and he does. And it looks like he gets invocation. Okay, so Crisis averted. Not 100%, but he's leaving Black Knights in combat with some of the spears there, which isn't really good. The Golems are fighting, though. There's some spears in the front line. The backline harass is underway. There are some Crypt Ghouls surging into the backline as well. And the Vargeist are going to start diving into the backline, which is good. Black Knights, though, charging into Azrai Spears again. I think a little bit of a misplay. And it looks like the Von Karshan Vampire Lord does actually dive in to attack the Glade Lord, which is a very bold strategy, Cotton. So this is where King needs to really capitalize. He's pushed the Way Watchers out of their comfort zone. So now attacking with the Vargeist here is going to be huge. So he attacks. That is something that could win him the game. If the Vargeist here can actually do a lot of damage and shut down the Way Watchers back here, that would be incredibly valuable. Von Karshan Vampire Lord probably going to go in and try and snipe the Spellsinger. He does also have the Dire Pack here in the back who needs to come in and start getting a little bit spicy. Oh man, why is he not jumping on the Way Watchers? He's trying to rear charge here and actually break this formation. He's got some Black Knights coming in as well. Sisters of Thorn and Company are jumping back here. Glade Lord is actually pinned down temporarily. And the Ghouls in the front line are doing some pretty good work as well, but man, he needs to really... Well, he is able to break those Wild Riders pretty efficiently. But yeah, he needs to stop the Way Watchers. Those are like the only thing that's really going to just like end his world, right? Wild Riders are on defensive duty, doing a pretty good job kind of sweeping and reaving in the back here. Good kiting by Xiphos. Black Knights are now coming in. Dire Pack is in as well. It looks like they were trying to rear charge from Eternal Guard, but just kind of got mucked up a little bit. And the Von Karshan Vampire Lord has landed. Terrorgeists have landed as well, going to be beating down Sisters of Thorn. They actually could win that engagement. And it looks like a zombie summon is going to be coming down for King of the Dead. Nice summon right on top of the Sisters here. But Pravenoth Rama is going to be coming off cooldown relatively soon, and that's going to be a bit of a scary situation. Dire Pack here with a great charge. Really, really good play there by King. Able to jump on the Wild Riders. Bounce Fire is really even, but like I said, the Pravenoth Rama sniping is really strong. But Way Watchers aren't like full firing capacity, so it's not going to be like devastating. They're very, very mucked up here. So here we have the Sisters of Thorn still fighting. Vampire Lord is able to get up in the sky, and I wonder if King's going to try and snipe this caster here. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Here, the Black Knights are able to fight the Way Watchers, but the Way Watchers somehow enduring there, which is tough. And the backline pressure for King is starting to run a little bit dry, but getting these dogs back here is going to be quite nice. And yeah, he just needs to kind of make sure his Lord doesn't get sniped. That's really going to be the big thing here. Vargeist up in the sky, still flying, probably going to be going after these guys. Dire Pack does get a nice little jump here. Some Eternal Guard will be intercepting them. And the Von Karshan Vampire Lord has healed up to pretty much full. It's like a dead even battle here. It is really, really close. And it looks like another summon may be going down over here. Is that going to be a zombie summon? It is. And Vargeist are cleaning up, and now there's going to be some undead surging forward because the front line here is finally starting to falter. The Crypt Ghouls doing a very, very good job. And man, we have a battle on our hands. This is really close. Well played to both players. And you can see Von Karshan Vampire Lord is going to be trying to snipe the Spellsinger, just juking and cycle charging. That's a great play. Like, it's so close to the edge of the map here. If you can just break it, like that's gonna be just like massive, massive value. And there's nothing of high mass here. Like the Von Karshan Vampire Lord isn't in danger. And now it's broken. It's gonna run off the map, which is pretty big. Way Watchers are also compromised. The Dire Pack is able to get back here as well. And I think King might actually come back here in this game and win it. Like the Elves are just pinned against the edge of the map. The caster is getting chased off. Dire Pack is all over these Way Watchers. And there are some Wild Riders or Sisters of Thorn here, but Dire Pack is an anti-large unit. And there's zombies coming. Yeah, these Way Watchers are offline. There's a full health group of ghoul, not full health, but full model count almost. 67 models right there. They're going to be able to surge in and start chasing the Way Watchers. The only way King could probably lose this is if he lets his Lord get sniped here. Oh, and he takes off the net juke. Oh man, that is a... If he does lose the Von Karshan Vampire Lord, there's a chance. But the Von Karshan Vampire Lord's been surprisingly tanky this entire game. He's had some really good jukes. Great shot there by Xiphos. Xiphos staying very disciplined in the pocket. Despite being in a tentative losing situation, he's doing a really good job just staying persistent and not giving up. Man, great play by these guys. So the Von Karshan Vampire Lord should just fall back now. Honestly, I would just pull him back here and start cackling over here in the distance and maybe come in for invocations only. There's no reason to let yourself get sniped here and get the rest of your army more on the ropes here. Weight Watchers are kiting back, but this game's certainly not over. I mean, I just don't know how Xiphos is going to deal with like this massive amount of like shielded units and like crypt ghouls and all these other things. He has been able to save some Weight Watchers though, believe it or not. One does run off the map there, which is going to be a little bit punishing. Von Karstein Vampire Lord is running as well, but you can see that the Glade Lord is chasing him. 190 range is pretty good, and yeah, 488 in terms of HP, that is not a good situation. Here we go. So here come the forces. Skeleton Spearmen are forming a shield wall, but they should just be chasing here. You just want to be chasing the Weight Watchers. Although King might just like sit and Helm's Deep it. Oh, 360. Really good sniping here from Xiphos using that Glade Lord. This is a close game. Some of the Sisters of Thorn are still entangled in combat. They probably could get pushed off though. If King were to like grab some Crypt Ghouls and just chase them off, that would be, you know, a pretty good play, I think. Eternal Guard here breaking. There are some Eternal Guard over here as well. Weight Watchers have okay ammunition as well. I mean, it's not bad. Crypt Ghouls are, they're going to go into this fight. Yeah, now they're switching to these. The Skeleton Horde just advancing forth. The Glade Lord's still here. Man, Von Karstein Vampire Lord needs to be careful. Is King going to go in for an Alpha Strike? He's at his healing cap. He's been healed a lot this game because he's been getting focus fired. Yeah. So we'll see. Here comes another shot from the Glade Lord. Remember, Undead will take a penalty. Well, all factions will. Man, the accuracy, 221 HP on that. That's really, really low. Skeletons are now chasing down the Sisters of Thorn here. Eternal Guard will be getting broken off. Or those are actually Azrai Spears. That's a pretty important break. I thought those were Eternal Guard. So getting some sort of a rear charge and breaking those Azrai Spears would be very, very important here. In the meantime, some Eternal Guard are coming back in. Bounce of Power is still slightly in the favor of the Vampire counts, but it's certainly a game that Xiphos can come back from. It's going to be so hard, though, with so many Skeleton Spears. Like, eventually he's going to have to fight, but until then, I mean, just Cycle Charge. And yeah, you can see when the War Dancers, 40 of them get caught and pretty much killed here. That is a really, really good, good catch there. But here, what is this in the distance? Are those just summoned zombies? King has Winds of Magic, and he probably figures he's going to die here, so he's probably just... Oh, man. You know, there's only 2 shots left on this Glade Lord. If King can juke those shots, the Vampire Lord might live. He's trying to juke it right now, but you can see Xiphos is getting so close. Is he going to juke it? Oh! Oh, and down he goes! Boom! Headshot. Beautiful kill there by Xiphos and his Glade Lord, able to fell the foul Vampire Lord. And now he's going to be coming back over here. Man. So the Undead, a little bit beat up here, guys. A little bit beat up. Konigstein Shockers and everyone. Man, he should have taken better angles of pursuit on those Weight Watchers, for sure. What does he have over here? Some summoned zombies. A lot of Skeleton Spears. A lot of them are crumbling, actually, though. And Xiphos has plenty of ammunition, I suppose. So we got 107 Skeleton Spears here. King needs to just form a Helm's Deep and just wait it out. This is really bad, though. I think King's going to lose this. I think King's going to lose this, guys. Oh my god, how is this? Man, Xiphos just a machine. I really thought he was in trouble. I mean, it seemed like his whole army was getting routed into the corner. I think King's follow-up there was a little bit like letting those Weight Watchers turn the corner and get away when he could have angled them. It was a little bit of a mistake there. The Glade Lord's going to be charging in as well. Skeleton Spears are crumbling, but they're going to get to fight a little bit against some of these guys. King is forming a Doombox, basically, but his whole army is like kind of crumbling. Undead have really low leadership, so if Xiphos just kind of cycle charges and just butters that bread, lets the Weight Watchers use the last of their ammo here. So this one has 1 volley left. I mean, it's going to be a grind. Both players are going to have to fight. So once this last Weight Watcher uses its ammo, he then has to go in and fight. So now he has to go in. So he's going to be sending in his forces here. You can see Azrai Spears, everyone coming in. Xiphos, of course, very used to playing in tournaments, so he knows the rules quite well. And are the Undead going to be able to hold? I don't know. Oh my god, this is a game. Weight Watcher's charging in, but he's going to let the War Dancers take the initial charge, which is smart. He's trying to get those good fights. Glade Lord's fighting as well. These guys are going to be coming around the back. The Undead are now the ones forming the Box of Doom. Yeah. Here we go. Skeleton Spearmen coming in. War Dancers with the Azrai Spears are charging. Oh my god. The Glade Lord's fighting, taking a little bit of damage, but I think Wood Elves might pull this out. Skeleton Spears will beat War Dancers for sure. Not War Dancers, but the Weight Watchers, excuse me. I mean, in a grind, there's a chance the Undead could still win this, but I just don't think so. The fact that the Glade Lord was able to just kind of... maybe King should have gotten his Vampire Lord and just gone all in on the Glade Lord, like while he was getting shot with like 1,000 HP and just try to get some damage. The Glade Lord's getting stuck in it, that's for sure. And the Sisters of Thorn too, man, those guys being alive. They were at the edge of the map, like waiting to be pushed off too. There's a couple little mistakes, against players like this that are that good, and it'll cost you the game. Some War Dancers with Azrai Spears are breaking. Some of the Eternal Guard are broken as well. Weight Watchers are breaking. I mean, most of the the army for the Elves is kind of just breaking, but the problem is crumbling, and critical binding is going to be really punishing. This Glade Lord's getting a little bit poked down. But yeah, these skeletons, the Konigstein Stalkers, are going to be his anchor. They have pretty good stats. I mean, poison, 23, 31, 26. Hey, Vexer, take care, man. Farewell, brother. Thanks for joining the stream. Sisters of Thorn still going. And Wood Elves do have incredible leadership. That's one of their big redeeming traits, that's for sure. Sisters of Thorn have done so much work. I mean, just a little thing. Like, had King been able to chase those guys off earlier, when he had them at the edge of the map, that could have been game, right? Like, the cycle charging here, and the poison utility, and the magic utility, I mean, that is so much. Oh my god. I mean, it's still a contested game. Skeleton Spearmen are slowly poking down these Way Watchers. Way Watchers aren't slouches as far as stats go, but in attrition, they would probably lose to, 92 skeletons, right? So the Sisters are broken. The Konigstein Shockers are fighting and crumbling. -1 leadership. But they're going. They're doing some work. Some Skeleton Spears are going to turn around and take this fight, trying to prevent the rear charge on the Konigstein Shockers. War Dancers have 39 models, and they're still War Dancers. I mean, their stats are still very good. And it looks like the Elves are going to take this. I think just having the leadership alive for the Elves is really going to be the biggest thing here. Man. You can see here War Dancers with Azrai Spears. Oh, and some of the Elves coming back in. And that's all it really takes against Undead. It's like one really good rear charge. Man, these have been incredible games today. Incredible games. Yeah, it's just like so down to the wire. And it just shows you that at the highest level of play, like if you don't chase something off or like let something survive, like it's just going to cost you dearly. Man, it's Xiphos taking the series 4-1. That is incredible. Those games were so tight. They were so tight. That was really, really good. Oh my god. So let me update the scoreboard. Beautiful play by all players. Xiphos, though, the Dark Lord today. God, that Sunfang victory earlier was just one of the most incredible moments I've casted in a long time. Well played to King. Well played to Xiphos. Both guys just with insanely good close games. I really thought you had that, King. I really did. You made those bombers work, too. I was dumping on them, and you did great. That was a really good series. I'm sorry for those of you that are on the team of no control groups. King of the Dead, not able to pull it off today with his no control groups, but alas, he played incredibly well. Congrats to Xiphos, the Dark Lord, winning today. That's what she said. It says that. Oh my god. Well played, both of you guys. All right, so I should probably actually rest my hands. They're a little bit sore because I was doing some Warhammer painting last night. So, but on that note, guys, I will be doing another stream on Wednesday. So we're gonna have another, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow, guys. Just bear with me here. So we're gonna be doing streams like really often. These best of sevens are really fun format wise. King says I'm a bit tired and hasn't been playing much except the Greenskin one. Oh, let's see. Great games, bro. Except the Greenskin one. He says. GG. All right. GG Xiphos, filthy elf, and very skilled player. Yeah, that was crazy. Imagine if he used control groups. I agree, Falcon. That would just be like a whole nother world. Xiphos, send me your PayPal on Disco. All right, so guys, that's it for today. Xiphos says Romulan says I've been playing without control groups since the Temptations were on the charts. Hey, Andrea, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate it. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we'll be back maybe with another best of 7 tomorrow or on Wednesday at the latest. We're going to do it for sure. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining on today's stream. It was a blast. I had a great time hanging out with all of you guys. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Not much more to say. Yeah, I mean, you don't rely on control groups. It's just helpful, you know? It's just helpful to, like, I don't control group my whole army. I usually just have, like, one big group with my main force and then, like, a couple high-value units, you know? Just so if I lose track of them, I don't have to look and then click. I can just, like, hit the button twice and it takes me. That's kind of the whole school of thought. So, guys, here we go. Donations. Thank you, Andrea. Let me see. I can't quite see it. The laptop screen's really small. To Carlini. Spirit of Gorg. Bjorn the Phil-Handed with a donation and a sponsorship today. Thank you so much, man. Demented Frog with some fat, erect ones. Chocolate treats as well. Thank you, dude, so much. Orcs, orcs, orcs. And you got your orcs, dude. No goblins that game. Bjorn the Fell-Handed again. Spirit of Gorg. Demented Frog with a 50, a fat 50. James. Mr. Nyatek with the 10 Zlatis. And then Ragnar with the 20. Thank you so much. And Dimitar on the PayPal with the 5. Thank you guys so much for supporting the multiplayer community. I appreciate you guys. We'll be back with some more hot best of 5s in the next couple days. And I'm going to go hang out with the Wookiee and chat with my lovely wife. Falcon says, I have a control group for Chill of Santar and everything else can be in group 10. That's very accurate. That's very accurate. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. You guys rock. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.